As soon as the woman disappeared into the night, my facade slipped and I nearly collapsed on the balcony floor. I took out my cell with shaking hands and tapped on Laura's face in my contacts. Maybe. She didn't pick up. I resisted the urge to call Catherine next. I couldn't just tell her about what had happened. She knocked on my door in the early morning, but I didn't open. I tried to decide on a course of action, but I couldn't concentrate. My mind alternated between trying to remember my last conversation with Laura and conjuring up horrible images of her tied to a chair in some basement. Sometime later, my alarm rang. I got up to go to work, not sure if I was ready to talk to Kat. I must have stood outside her apartment for a few minutes when I finally made a decision.
I'm gonna talk to her. Neil, where the fuck have you been? I've tried to call you a million times. I even came to your apartment. I'm so sorry. Laura still isn't home. I've called all her friends, and nobody knows anything. Looks like she never went to that party. Shit, Neil, what do I do now? Listen, Kat. Ooh, this could keep her... Ooh. No, I'll tell her. Kat, I know what happened to her. What? She was abducted. They took her to blackmail me. I'm so sorry. What are you saying? Who took her? I'm not sure yet. Seems like there are a group of mercenaries involved in Banny's murder. No. They promised they wouldn't harm her if I do what they say. How can you do that to us? What? Yeah, it was my fault. I didn't. It's not like I allowed them to take her. You have to tell the CDI. Maybe they can find out where she is and get her out of there. It's too risky right now. I'm afraid of what they'll do if they find out I snitched. And you think that people who abduct children and murder foreign ministers give a shit about their promises? I'm still evaluating the situation. I'll do everything in my power to keep her safe. What do they want from you? They want me to leak information about the case I'm investigating, about the Liberators. Please, Kat, trust me with this, okay? I won't let them do anything to her. I have to go. I'll call you as soon as I hear anything, and you do the same, okay? All right, I'll be here all day. Who is this? Dad? Laura, where are you? Why didn't you let them use the login they wanted? Please, Dad, they're gonna hurt me if you don't listen to them. You need to get me out of here. They swear they'll let me go if you do what they ask. I know how important your job is to you, Laura, but how bad can things be that they're asking you? Please, I want to finish my novel. Laura, listen to me. I'll get you out of there. Stay calm and do what they say. I have this under control. We'll see each other soon. I need to go. Yeah, I think that was a recording. Oh. What just happened? Yeah, I don't think that was actually her. It seemed weird. She wants to finish her novel? Good morning, Conrad. You look pale. Are you sick? No, I'm fine. Hope you got some rest after yesterday's incident. Let me bring you up to speed. The chief said he's making some announcement this morning. Didn't sound good at all. But we'll see in a few minutes. We're running a planet-wide search for Cox, but he didn't turn up yet. Still can't believe that fucker got away. You should go talk to Saito. He's in our office and has some new intel on Moore and Cox for you. Okay, I'm on it. Listen, Conrad, I might have been a little intense these past few days. These are special circumstances. You understand that, right? Sure. It's been hard on us all. On all of us. I gotta run. Talk to you later. Dear Mr. Conrad, we have found fitting your search criteria. In only a few clicks, you can make your... Oh, okay, so it's just looking for a new place. What do we got here? Development in Banny's murder. As previously reported, Drovian Foreign Minister Joseph Banny was shot dead by an unknown assassin last night around 1:30. Really? Wait, what is today? Was that... It hasn't been only a day, has it? Does it tell me the... No. Attorney General Amelia Thorne announced this morning that the CDI has already arrested the suspected killer, but did not elaborate on his identity or motives. Liam Campbell, chief of the CDI's Terror Prevention Unit, which was in large part responsible for Banny's visit during his stay, is expected to make a statement of his own later today. Daniel Marov, Savient Prime Minister of Drovia's colonial government, called the murder an extraordinary failure of the Garian state, adding it was a scandal that Drovian politicians have to fear for their lives on Garian soil. Drovia today has already spoken to two key witnesses, Mr. Banny's personal bodyguards, Carl Smith and Lisa Morton. They were both present at the villa at the time of his murder. Both are reported to have been treated respectfully by the CDI and that the Garian authorities showed genuine concern and professionalism in the matter. Ooh, I'll bet that would change if I was a if I was a jerk. Let's see, I forget where he is. There was the room that we had the briefing in, but I'm not sure if that's where he is. Oh, yeah, it is. Ah, good morning, Neil. Hey, Saito, Gary told me you had some new intel for me. Indeed. I put everything on our pinboard over there. Let me give you a quick overview. First, I assembled some basic information on James Moore and his wife. Second, I managed to pull their recent bank statements. Maybe you'll find something useful in there. That's all I could get my hands on for now, but I got more coming tomorrow. And third, I took a look at the CV of the guy who fired at you, Albert Cox. And guess what I found? He's a Savant, and he grew up on Drovia. Oh, that's a surprise. I suspected he was working with the Liberators. Well, who knows? He still might. What's also interesting is that he changed his name 20 years ago. Shoot, we're running late to that meeting with the chief. Let's go. I'll tell you the rest on the way. Cox was born as Albert Bolton. His parents owned a big company at the time, Bolton Security Services. They were responsible for the safety of the Savient colony on Drovia. You mean Sector 2, the one that blew up 40 years ago? Oh. Exactly. Bolton Security was sued into oblivion over the incident and eventually went bankrupt. Oh. When Cox had finished school, he changed his name and moved to Gara. That's when he founded his own security company using some grant money. Thank you, Saito. Great work as always. Oh, it's nothing. I just did some advanced browsing. Before we go in, I need to ask. Is everything alright? You look not great. Just didn't get enough sleep lately. Thanks for asking. I think everybody's here. Let's start. Thank you all for coming. As many of you know, I've been working for the CDI for 28 years now. Oh, he's quitting. I've done everything in my power to defend the values our planet stands for. The principles of freedom, tolerance, and equal rights for everyone, and justice have been guiding all of my actions. I've always been proud of our work and our commitment to the Garian democracy. Sadly, the path to justice isn't always clear, and we have to make difficult decisions. The murder of Joseph Banny has severely harmed the relationship between our planet and Drovia, and it puts the fragile peace in our solar system at risk. The Domestic Terrorism Division was charged with protecting Banny under my leadership. In light of our failure to do so, the Attorney General and I have agreed that the only appropriate response is for me to resign from my duties at the CDI effective immediately. I hope that the separatist groups on Drovia will consider this a sign of sincere remorse, and of our intention to make up for the damage that has been done. I enjoyed working with all of you, and I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that each of you will find your way of fighting for justice. I will still be in my office today if there are any open questions or issues you want to talk to me about. My successor will be announced by the Attorney General in the near future. Starting tomorrow, Agent Long will be taking over my responsibilities until a permanent replacement is found. Thank you and goodbye. Ooh, I don't like that. Hello, Conrad. How can I help you? I wanted to say goodbye. It was good working for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have to admit, I'm surprised by your decision. It's not like you could have done much more to protect Banny. Come on, Conrad. We both know that doesn't matter. Heads needed to roll for this. Chief. Why did we arrest Cox? I mean, it looks like it was the right call, but we didn't know at the time, and why didn't you give us the arrest order yourself? The AG didn't tell me why she wanted to do it, so I refused to give the order. So you don't know either? No, it seems like it's classified, same as the information on that stick. I see. Chief. Yeah, they fired you for something else. I overheard your conversation yesterday. Why are you telling me this? It didn't sound like you were arguing about Banny's death. You are aware that you can be suspended for eavesdropping on your superiors? In fact, it seemed like you were suspecting the AG of something. Is that the real reason why she wanted to get rid of you? This one is out of your league. Just respect the chain of command. I see. I have to pack up my things now. I wish you all the best for your career at the CDI. Thank you. Your cell contacts haven't changed lately, have they? Haven't changed in years. Good. Yeah. So let's see, talk to Gary now. Oh, wait. I'm sure at some point I will learn the layout of this building. Oh, actually, before I do that. Oh. Oh, perfect. That was unexpected. Fuck, I can't believe I'm standing in for the chief. I never thought they would pick me. I have to call my wife. Guess I'll be doing some overtime in the next few days. Don't you think it's strange the AG fired him? Got to admit, she never really liked him. Maybe she was waiting for an opportunity. But someone had to get fired for Banny's death just for the optics, don't you think? Maybe, but the chief always did an excellent job. It didn't have to be him. I'm not thrilled about it either, but we should focus on the Liberator's threat. Oh, what if it's him? I don't want to start my new job with a string of terror attacks. Let's recap what we've got so far. Listen up, squad. Time for a little wrap-up. I suppose you're all as surprised as I am about our chief's sudden retirement. However, we need to focus on the Liberators and their plans now. Let's go over everything we've got so far once more. Drovia's Foreign Minister Banny was shot last night by a sniper who goes by the name of Boyd. Boyd then went to see a woman called Zora, which seems to have been a deviation from their original plan. He convinced her to hand him a stick with confidential stolen data. The next morning, Boyd met another man to hand him that data. Abraham Gonzalez, CEO of the Drovian company PowerUp. We were able to extract a deleted message from Gonzalez's cell which proves that someone paid him to fetch the stick and send the data to an unknown address once he was outside the Garian network. This leads us to believe that the data cannot be sent unnoticed via the web, which applies only to the best-kept secrets of the Garian government. We don't know who paid either of them, but the message to Gonzalez was sent via an encrypted channel on the Mercurius network. That means that it must be one of the higher-ups of a large, publicly traded company. We don't know what was on data We don't know what was on the data stick because we haven't been cleared for access yet. Yesterday morning, an anti-Savient terror group calling themselves the Liberators publicly broadcast a video in which they claimed responsibility for Banny's murder. They also announced a second attack within 48 hours. Their broadcast was sent from the AdSpot building. They operate all the billboards across the city. At the time the video started, the building was being guarded by a Cox security employee. We have reason to believe that the perpetrator was another employee of that same company, James Moore. His wife says that he went on a holiday at Manami Tree Resort, but he never turned up there. We are currently running a planet-wide search for him, but without success so far. The CEO of Cox Security, Albert Cox, opened fire on Conrad and myself when we went to arrest him. Why were you arresting Cox? It was an order from the Attorney General. Unfortunately, Cox managed to run away and burn down large parts of his office building. He apparently had something to hide. We are searching for him as well. Do we think that Cox is a key figure behind the Liberators? He certainly is involved with them in some way, but he doesn't have access to the Mercurius network. We have to assume that there's some bigger fish behind Cox. What's also strange is that he is a Savient himself. He grew up on Drovia. Our current priority is to prevent any further attacks. Colroy, I want you to support the ongoing manhunt for James Moore. Young, we brought some stuff back from Cox's office. Work your magic on it. Let us know if you find something. Saito, you keep gathering as much information as you can on our prime suspects. Conrad, you should check whether you can establish a motive why Moore would support the Liberators. Take a look at all the evidence we've got, including the information Saito put on our pinboard. Roger that. We also brought our sniper in for a second round of questioning. You could give it another try and see if you can get something out of him. Gonzalez surrounded himself with lawyers. Could be a while until we can interrogate him again. That's all for now. Come back to me when you got something. Oh boy, okay. Okay. Wait, what's this? The data? Oh. Okay. Well, I guess I'll look around at my stuff. See what do we got here. A lot of stuff. What is this? Bank statements. Whoa. Okay, James Moore. I'll have to look at that. And Evelyn Moore. Oh, okay. Let's see. Aura mining. Fine for petty larceny. What's it say about him? Oh, he's got a lot of stuff. Security agency. Senior security, interesting. Bodily harm, attempted theft, 6 months for transporting illegal substances. So she seems to think that he was forced into doing this. Against mind-altering drugs, extended field of view. Okay. Shorten reaction time, increasing. Okay. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna have to poke around some stuff, see what I can come up with. All right, so I think I'm gonna go with the fact that he is trying to provide for his wife, because that's 200. So he gets, his salary is 600 probably every month, it looks like. He did get a massive amount, but I think we all know what that's for. There's a pregnancy test here, so not only is his wife sick, but now he's going to have a kid. So I think that his motivation is for his wife. It's not his nationalism, I don't think, because he's from Femus, so neither New Joran or Gara. Now that's another His drug addiction. So when you look at clues, a highly addictive substance used in lung disease treatment. So either, is he using? See, that was my concern. But when I look here, it is I think it's his wife. I don't think he's got an addiction, because he'd be getting it illegally, not from. That's what I'm going to go with. Oh, I suppose I could go talk to this the sniper again. Because when I look at the clues, I go to the HQ, there's 2 that I'm missing. Long time no see. Still not the talkative type, huh? Okay, listen up. Things have changed since we last spoke. I turned off the camera so we can talk freely. Your people have kidnapped my daughter to extort me. Last night, your friend Zora came to my home to talk to me. But don't get your hopes up. It's about money, not your freedom. She gave me a message for you. What message? I'll tell you if you help me with Laura. If you're bullshitting me, I'm not. What exactly do you want me to do? Looks like I'm pretty much locked up in here. Who are those guys you and Zora are working for? We both know I can't give you any details. We're mercenaries. That's all I can say. Where do they keep Laura? I have no clue. We have a bunch of hideouts in the city and the whole solar system. I don't even know all of them. In the whole, that's a pretty huge organization you're part of. We're not just some thugs, we're professionals. You want me to help you? I'll give you one piece of advice. Do what they tell you. If I do, will I get her back? We usually keep our end of the bargain. Why are they blackmailing you? The people who asked you to shoot Banny won't pay them because we prevented the handover. Now they want me to help them get the data back. I see. You said you had a message for me? The moon rises in the south. The fat guy I met at Joris Plaza, he was pretty sure he got his assignment from someone in the Telanium business. You mean Gonzalez? The man you brought the storage module? If that's his name, maybe that'll help you somehow. Thanks for letting me know. Could you tell Zora that the sun sleeps in the north? I will. Okay, I'll tell her. Good luck with your daughter. All right. Conrad, I just read your sheet on Moore. Looks like a motive can be established. You should pay his wife another visit. She didn't seem to know anything yesterday. Maybe she'll tell you more if you confront her with her husband's motive. Roger that. See you there. Oh.
Once again enveloped by the smell of the market, I thought back to the man I had been when Kat had brought me here. How did it all go so wrong? Deep down, I knew the answer. I was just too scared to commit to my family. It was so much easier to care about something that didn't have to like you back. That wouldn't go away if you didn't want it to. For me, that was my job. But ironically, protecting myself like that only made it hurt so much worse. Now that Laura was out of my reach, the pain of being separated was only amplified by the knowledge that I had missed so many opportunities to be with her.
Hello, Miss Moore. Oh, it's you again. Hello. Sorry to disturb you a second time, but I need to ask you a few more questions. So you're still after my husband? I told you, he's on vacation on Femus. He isn't. We checked the ID scanners at all spaceports on Gara and Femus. He never left the planet. He must have overlooked something. Listen, I love James, but he's just a poor devil. Shouldn't the CDI be taking care of the big fish? James isn't one of them. I think you are underestimating your husband. He might be about to make a grave mistake. Did you see the Liberators video yesterday? Was hard to miss, yeah. We have reason to believe that your husband is affiliated with them. Seriously, that's what you came up with? He might have sold drugs or started a fight once or twice, but this is completely out of his league. We did some research and it seems like your husband has a strong motive. Your husband is being paid for the attack and he needs the money for your medication. It's true that I suffer from a lung condition, but we've always managed. If he carries out this attack and we catch him, he goes to prison for life. If we get him before, the sentence will be significantly less severe. Did you also find out how I got my condition? I was a miner at Millix Mining on Femus. Turned out that I was inhaling harmful gases for months every day. The bosses knew about it, but the money was too good. Hundreds of people's lungs were irreversibly damaged. And you know what? Millix got away with it. They were cleared of all charges. No compensation at all. We have to pay for our medicine ourselves. Why are you going after my husband and not after people like them? I'm really sorry that happened to you, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. What we can do is stop your husband from doing something really stupid. We have reason to believe that he is involved in an imminent terror attack. If there's anything you didn't tell me, I need to know right now. What happens if you're right and you catch him? He'd probably go to prison for a few years, but it would be much worse if we caught him after the fact. I saw a message on his cell before he left. It was a booking confirmation from a hotel, but it wasn't on Femus. It was the Korean hotel here on Gara. I thought he might be cheating on me. He booked it until tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Moore. You've been very helpful. Promise me he won't get hurt? He's an idiot, but he's a good guy. Please, I need him. I promise to do my best. Listen, I'm pregnant. If he's about to do something stupid, remind him of our unborn son. That will make him consider his decisions. I will. Thank you for your help. Okay.
The Korean Hotel. I didn't even need to look that up. It was directly next to the Grand Church at Korean Square, one of the most important houses of prayer for Saviants here on Gara. It probably would be crowded with believers and tourists tomorrow morning. No doubt it was the Liberator's next target. The rush of making progress in the case only lasted a few moments until I realized that now I had to make a tough decision. If I told Zora about the target, I couldn't tell the CDI, and vice versa.